interests are. They will send information to you for funding opportunities. And thank you, Dr. Davis. All right, have a wonderful evening. Thank you. Okay, all right, so we're going to move right along, and we're going to come change things a little bit order. We're going to have Mrs. Evans come up and talk to you about library services, and then after that, Mr. Ski will start with talking about the technology overview and certified background. Okay? Oh, that's good. That's good. How was I handing out?
Okay, hi, my name is Elizabeth Evans, and I'm one of the librarians at the Harvard Library, and I'm the liaison to the department. This is what the library homepage looks like. You can get here through the school page, right here, and down here is your link to the library, and this is our page. I gave you a sheet, and this is, I'm not going to go over all of this, I'm only going to speak for 5 minutes. But if you look at your graduate nursing Harvard Library resources sheet, you really just need to look at the tabs up here. We have the first tab to look at is collections. And the main thing I wanted to point out here was our ebooks. We have quite a few ebooks. And then also, that's the main one. Under the research tab, you might want to see off-campus access. If you're not on campus, how to get to the library. That's a good link there under the research tab. Okay. And then we have research guides at the bottom. And we have guides on just about every topic you can think of. And along the right-hand side here is a nursing guide. Now, under this box right here searches most of our materials, but you'll find that a lot of the links don't work. If you want to get to articles and databases, we have a whole lot of databases with journal articles. There's 2 ways to look for them. You can look by subject or by alphabetically. And one database that is especially helpful, do I understand the risk? Okay. In the databases A to Z, be sure and look at, in the C, look at the CINAHL with full text. That's a nursing only. It's academic. It has professional. It has scholarly journal articles. Go into EBSCOhost and look at the screens again. There. And go to CINAHL right here and do your search. Now the nice thing about CINAHL, the wonderful thing about CINAHL is after you put in your search, you have tons of limiters. You can limit it to full text, English language, peer-reviewed. You can exclude pre-CINAHL, and you can go down to the choice of queries. You can do a type of study, for instance, a review high sensitivity. You can also go down to, evidence-based practice. This is just, you don't have to do this, just kind of study CINAHL. And then you can go to English, of course, and the publication type. Okay? No. Let me get back to the library right here.
now.
Okay, now, we have a database called StatRef, and people forget to use it. I gave you a handout on that. If you look under databases A to Z in the S's, StatRef is online nursing books, so you might want to look at that. Our online catalog is pretty self-explanatory. You just look by author, title, or subject for our books. Nursing books are on the 3rd floor of the Harvey Library in the RC call number. And our services tab up here tells about, for instance, interlibrary loan. When you're doing advanced nursing research, you're going to need a lot of journal articles that we don't have. You can set up an interlibrary loan account, and we will get you the articles from another library, and it will come electronically into your account. Okay, that's really all I have to say. I just wanted you to know that we have librarians at the desk from 9 in the morning till 10 at night. The library stays open Monday through Thursday till 1 o'clock in the morning. Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 9 to 5, Sunday, 2 in the afternoon to 1 in the morning. So you should have plenty of time to come in and see us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Evans. Thank you very much. Thank you. And Ms. Evans also has a question.
When you go to Expo and download an e-book, do you have to create a user password on your own? Okay, so you don't use your Hampton credentials.
Right, you make an account in
Okay. Thank you.
And Ms. Evans also will be hosting our library instructional class, and we do utilize her for our research class for 683. And of course, then for the online folks, there's a tutorial also available for folks who are online. Thank you again. You're welcome. Okay. All right. So now we'll have Mr. P. We'll go over certified background and also the technology overview. Okay.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to be bouncing along because from my perspective, we have video conferencing. So a lot of things I have to take into consideration of how I operate this so that those who are online can understand what I'm talking about, so that they don't have the handouts. But I will, at the end, send a PDF copy of this, because I know some of these links, they're not user-friendly. And I'll go through them so that will make some things easier for you. So to begin, with the hardware requirements, pretty much everyone in this room should be okay with the hardware requirements, provided that you probably bought a computer within the last 4 years, then you should be okay. With the exception, if you purchase a Chromebook, then you may have some issues with the collaborate, because to my understanding, Chromebooks don't support Java. And you need Java to be able to do the collaborate session. So before I begin, just a raising of your hands, does everyone in here have a modern computer, laptop? Okay. Now, if you're home, does everyone in here have a stable internet connection, whether it be wireless or plugged into the wall? If everyone?
Yes.
Make sure. Has everyone in here used Clever before? Is anyone in here new? Any new students? Okay. Everyone in this class is in Dr. Wilson's class.
Yes.
So I think he went over Collaborate with you moving on to the second page, second slide, I should say. This is the headache for most new students who come to our campus. There's different systems, and some of the systems have different usernames and passwords, and you have to remember all this stuff. I didn't make this up. I have to give the credit to my counterpart at Virginia Beach, just a visit. He gave that to his students. I just copied and pasted it into this slide. So for InfoTech, those for the new students, if you're on this campus and you're logging into one of our computers, or if you're in here right now and you're doing anything wirelessly, you can just work and practice English. This is what you need to focus on. So if your name is Jane.Doe, then your username is Jane.Doe. Your password, when it's defaulted, it will be JD and the last 4 of the ID. The ID will be on that ID card that you got from the police station, same card, same number that you use to look for your Blackboard and anything else. Now for your My Campus portal, that houses your email account and other systems that's on campus. Your My Campus is pretty much, if you remember your My Campus portal login, you can pretty much get into every other system because it's a centralized system, so you wouldn't be having to remember everything else. But I know for myself, staff, let me ask this question: is there anyone in here who's also, there was a student who is also staff? Is she here? No, yes. So for human beings, this is I don't even know you have a My Campus account. There's, even for the PhD students, there are some students who are also teachers. And for whatever reason, the system is not intelligent enough to separate the accounts for those people who are staff and faculty. So if I go into afterwards, the biggest fix would be is that I get into Blackboard and I change your email to your staff email, then all of the communication will come there. Because if it goes there, it might be bouncing, it might not even be created, and it will be a headache for you trying to juggle between the two accounts. I don't know, has it happened yet? Or
I've been using my work email.
Okay.
You may not be getting it, is that right? Yeah.
Fine, so I'll switch it. And then of course there's the HNet administrative banner to do all your financials and stuff with the university. Blackboard, that's the easiest. It's the ID number is the username, and the password is defaulted. You do have the option of going in and changing your password. We usually tell our students on the campus and the faculty to change their password. Reason being, for the undergrads, they have to wear their IDs when they go to clinical. So if anyone who is, paying attention, if you saw the ID number and you know the person's name, then you can log in on their behalf and do all manner of damage. Especially if you're a faculty, I always tell the faculty to change your passwords, because if you've already loaded your tests and exams, the students can log in and see the tests and exams and then load it. So, and these are the links that I told you. So if you want to make it easy, like what's the name of the lady who takes this? Alright. So those two are technically just two. So remember all these use addresses for Hampton University. Of course, it's www.hampton.edu. But the first couple letters, if you know the name of the school, you remember everything. So if it's nothing, the address is nothing.hampton.edu. If it's the beach, it's COVB. If it's the grad school, it's GRAD. If it's the library, LIB. If it's Blackboard, it's courses. You just put the first name at the beginning and you'll go straight to the site, as opposed to going to the site and clicking to all these different things trying to find a way. On to the next one. So this is the part that we want to get into. So I'm going to show you how these links will start your drama. Right now I'm logged in on Blackboard using a Firefox browser. Those of you who are familiar with the browser, there's Firefox, there's Google Chrome, there's Internet Explorer. If you have a Mac, it's a file. Now, if I click on the link, and I go to the browser checker, This system will scan, my system will scan the computer and to tell me if I am compatible to do what I need to do with Blackboard. As you can see, I'm good with everything, and as you can see, it told me that my pop-up blocker is enabled. And I knew that in the jump, just from just seeing that yellow tab at the top. If I went in and if I wanted to fix that, and I edited and I said, okay, allow that, close, and then I ran the test again, disappeared. That's the easiest thing for you, especially for those of you who have Mac and you're dealing with Safari, and Mac is a kind of headache because with Java, you have to update the operating system to update Java. Whereas with the PCs, you can just go to java.com and download the software separately for those of you who have Mac. So let me go back. Now, this orientation link is a video. So someone speaking, narrating over video, explaining what Collaborate does. And I'm not going to click on that right now. I'm going to let that sort of let you guys that at the end. Now I'm going to show you another link that will test your system to see if you have all that you need for collaboration. So open up that one. So right away, you see all the drama. Tells me, okay, I have Windows 7. My Java is up to date. Everything is in steps. Step 1. So along to step 2. If I wanted to go into a room to actually see if it's working, it goes all the way through. We have some users online right now. I'm assuming, because I'm not hearing them speaking, that they probably don't have mics. So if you guys are in the room and you're collaborating with your instructors, your options are the teleconference if you're calling in with your phone, and if you're using your computer to view whatever is being presented. If you don't have that, then most modern laptops, they have a built-in mic. You can talk to that. It will pick up as well. But if you don't have any of that, then you'll probably have to go and buy an external mic to plug into your computer so that the person can hear you, or you will be limited to typing the chat on the screen to ask this question. With your first beginning class that you had at Dr. Wilson, he did ask me if there was mobile apps. And I did see some. I never got around to testing them. Have you used any of the apps and things you work?
No, I did not. I just decided just to go strictly through using the computers. I think everyone has a computer.
Okay.
And I was asking because I had, and they had her iPad.
I did see for Collaborate, they had the Apple app, the Android app, and there's also a BlackBerry app. I guess the only reason you probably would need to use something like that, because I know in the past there have been some students who may be so mobile or driving and they're listening to the class or somewhere through their mobile device. If it comes down to that, you can try the app and see if you can get into the class with the instructor. Let's move on. Adobe Connect. Okay. So just off the bat, Adobe Connect is a Hampton University online system. It's not really set up to the School of Nursing. So the only thing I can point you to is the link here to show you if it comes that Collaborate has issues and you guys have to use Adobe Connect, use that link, and it has similar links in there that you can test the system. The major differences between the two. Obviously, Adobe is made by Adobe, Blackboard, Collaborate is made by Blackboard, but Collaborate is Java-based, Adobe uses Flash. So if you're using some type of computer that does not like Flash, like Apple computers on their mobile devices, they don't, Flash is non-existent, so you may have some issues with the Adobe Connect on that. Alright, moving on to the money, certified background. Okay, we have some students in here already who are continuing students, and then some of you are new. I know 2 of you already have started the process, and I had to stop it, and the company got everything fixed right now. So those of you who started already, you can go back in now and complete the process. Everything has changed, and it should affect your finances as well. So for those of you who are continuing, it should be cheaper, because you're going to be using this code, HL47COMT. And for those of you who are new, you're using the HL47 new. Now, what is certified profile? Before, back in the day, someone came into the nursing school and everything was human. Someone had to collect all of their documents, their background checks, and keep up with that. We don't do that anymore. We don't house anything physical in the building anymore. The company by the name of Certified Background, they handle all of that. You have to go into the system and you pay the fee, whether it's credit card, money order, whatever other means that they do, and they do a background check on you. There's a form to do the drug test that will take you to the closest place to get the drug test done, and then there's a medical document from the manager that you'll have to update all of the immunizations. Then there's a sheet you have to sign to acknowledge that you've done this process. You also have to do a OSHA regulation and a HIPAA regulations videos too. And once you've completed that process, it's a yearly process. So for the new students, it's going to be long. If you're a continuing student, the only thing you would have to do is the background check, HIPAA, OSHA, and the drug test. If in the renewal guidelines for your immunization, providing that they're current, the dates will come up and let you know that hey, it's getting ready to expire. Update your expired or soon to be expired regulation, and it just continues. Were there any questions on this? Yes.
Sorry, you mentioned the fee. It's a yearly fee that we have to.
Yes.
Do you know how much it is, Marlon?
I'll log in and so you got to read it.
For sake of time, I was going to say we could probably give them some more, or we can give you more information on that. For those of you who are not interjecting to some of the courses, but you will be, we will give you some more information on that, okay? Because it's a process as you go through it, okay? And we'll make sure that you all get that.
The deadline does say the 4th, but like I said, the system is still building it. So I guess I'll leave it up to your instructor or the chair at this point in time what they will tell you guys to get all of the requirements updated and straight within the system. Do you have any questions? Good?
Go ahead.
Yes.
This is not really a question related to you, Hampton, but I purchased a new laptop and I downloaded the Windows 365.
Yeah.
However, like there's not like a start button, so when I open up applications, there's just like all these little squares all over them. And I really don't know how to get to some of the programs, so I don't know if there's something. I can address it later, but it's really weird.
There's a little window, the little thing that looks like a window. You look at the corner, you have to kind of roll your mouse over it for it to pop up. Then when that pops up, it's going to take you back to your desktop, and then you have to scroll through to get to.
So we have learning curve with these new Windows products. I myself don't like anything higher than Windows 7. Windows 7 has it always, because they're basically competing with Mac, and how Windows did it. They wanted it to be app-driven, like it would be on your mobile devices. So if you're thinking like XP and 7 and you go to Windows 8 and above, it's really crazy to try to figure out what you're doing, but it's up to you.
And your screen is touch screen?
Yes.
You can slide it over. If it's not, there's like an arrow on the right, move to the next slide.
It should be on the application. So like if you're going, I don't know if it's an Office Square, and then you go in there and all of them would be there.
Okay, I'll play with it. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions from the speaker? Thank you very much, sir. Okay, so So what I know we have like a few minutes, and so this next things that we're going to talk about here, we're going to start off with some professional organizations, and I'd like to call up Mrs. Hampton on Whitfield, who is the anti-violence specialist for Theta Tau sorority. She is also one of our Hampton alum, one of our former students here, and I will let her give you her spiel here to introduce her.
I will be very pleased. My name is Ashley Whitfield. I'm here to talk to you about Theta Tau sorority incorporated. I'm the Tau chapter vice president. That's the Hampton chapter of Theta Tau sorority incorporated. There are several chapters in the area, graduate chapters. So we have Hampton, City of Hampton, Norfolk, and Suffolk. And Theta Tau sorority incorporated is a professional organization comprised of registered nurses and nursing students. We have over 8,000 members in the United States, Virgin Islands, and West Africa. And our motto is service for humanity. And we are committed and empowered to provide community service to the global community. And we do that through our signature programs and projects. And we have several so we have several projects throughout the year, including health screenings, health fairs, teaching, and it's a great way for you to get involved in your community and also be interact with other nurses, professional nurses, and yeah, it's a great opportunity to network with people who are in the field in lots of different areas. So I'm just wanting to share, we have an informational session which is coming up. We have an information session coming up in November, and it's by invitation only, so if anyone is interested in attending, you can, we'll have a meta sheet, you can put your email down, and I'll email you guys just to be in touch. And so I hope to see some of you soon. That's it. Thank you.
We have some members of Theta Tau, right? Yeah. Thank you for that. Okay, now, and again, I'll just kind of run through some other things here. The next thing I want to talk to you all about, and this is in regards to professional organizations, is Sigma Theta Tau. How many of you are members of Sigma Theta Tau? How many? You know what Sigma Theta Tau International? Okay, all right. Sigma Theta Tau is an international nursing honor society. It's the second largest nursing organization. There are over 135,000 members, over 500 chapters, and we're in about 90 countries. So, for those of you who don't know what Sigma Theta Tau, who are not members yet, we do have a chapter here. Our chapter has been in existence since 1980, Delta Iota chapter. We have some of I am currently the president of our chapter, and we also have some of our past presidents and our presidents, Dr. Arlene Montgomery, Dr. Bertha Davis, and we will be having a membership interest in there. As graduate students, you have an opportunity to join either as a community leader or as a graduate student. And on the website, you will see we have just on the website. You go on Sigma Theta Tau, you can go under our website. Also, under Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society, if you go to that website, it does have eligibility for membership, and you can see where you would fit in. One of the things that we did this past year, we sponsored a PhD residency, and we also participated in the National Red Nose Day. So this is why you see us with the red noses. So this is doing the PhD residency, and I know some of you all recognize yourselves in there. So here we are again with Dr. Williamson. Okay, so these are just some of the functions that we participated in. Also, with the red and not the red notice today, what we did was we raised enough money to send to Liberia in support of reduced child mortality, infant mortality, and that went to a project fund that helped to get clean, well, it was actually water solution for those babies that were affected by Ebola in West Africa. And this is the thank you letter that we received from them. Okay? All right. Now, the next thing that I'm going to talk about quickly, and this is just you already have in the blue folder that I gave you all, this is information on certification. And certification, for those of you who will be graduating this year, you should already have this information, but if you don't, here it is. This is information on AANCP, which is the American Academy of Nurse Practitioners Certification Program, and then you have the ANCC, which is the American Nursing Credentialing Center. And in order to sit for certification, you must have completed all of the things that are mentioned there in regards to your program, including the number 500 hours that you need for FNP. You also, again, must have your master's degree. That's a requirement now for all nurse practitioners. I came into the field and only required to have a certificate, so I was a postdoctoral, and that's just kind of aging me a little bit, but we no longer have that. So, this is some information. I'm sure you will get this again in your class, but I just kind of wanted to have you there because now's the time to start preparing for that. Okay? And I'm speaking to our newbies here, okay? And I know that the ones in the back have already started their preparation, okay? So please, just for information, you can refer to the website to get more information regarding the certification programs. Know that there are only 2 for S&P. And for women's health, we have the NCC, since we didn't have any women's health folks in here, I didn't put that in there. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to point out to you all is that we do have on the website, on the Blackboard website, is the student handbook, the graduate student handbook.
Not the Blackboard.
I'm sorry, the Hampton University School of Nursing website. I apologize, not Blackboard. And we are in the process of updating it because there's some things like Dr. Tim Marshall, who is out now, our Dean of Graduate College. You will see the Dr. Vincent's welcome pages in there. But this is also a resource for you all. Use it. It has information that Dr. Penn Marshall brought up about the graduation candidacy, and there's information regarding the curriculum, and also there's information in regards to some of the courses. We are going to, again, in the process of updating it. In the appendices, you will find information regarding the grievance process. Dr. Baker is going to talk to you briefly about that. But again, this is a resource, and it is located online. Now, any questions that you all have so far? And we'll kind of ramble along about that. At this time, if I will have Dr. Montgomery come up to talk to us about the comprehensive exam and research opportunities as well as some financial aid information. And then we will proceed next with Dr. Davis, okay? Let me also point out to you all that afterwards there are snacks available. There are cupcakes. Okay, here's the news.
Okay, comprehensive exam. I know that I have 3 people that are registered for this semester, and the comprehensive course, not really a course, the course number, Nursing 702, it's not really a course, it's just a platform through which you register for the comprehensive exam, so there are no classes associated with that. What we usually do is in October, and I will send you some more information on this, I'm planning the review. We usually have a 1-day review to go over nursing theory and some of the other information that you've had in your basic courses that we will review. And we'll talk about the exam itself. And right now I'm planning to do that on the 30th of September. Usually we start about 3 o'clock so that we can be done by the time we have class. Now, do you still have a clinical class on Wednesday? Still on Wednesday, right? 5 o'clock. At 5, okay. So I usually plan on the day that you're going to be here so you don't have to come in. Well, we'll have to go back and look at this again. I have to drop back in front. Anyway, we have the review. We usually do that in September. And then the exam is in November. And we usually try and do that before Thanksgiving. And that gives the readers time to read it and get it graded by the time you come back. And just for information purposes, you do have one extra opportunity to retake, but we don't even talk about that because everybody will pass the first time. So we don't have to address that. I just have to tell you. Okay, so I'll give you some more information on that, and I will use the course platform that's already in Blackboard. So that's where the information will go. Okay, the other piece that I am supposed to talk about is the financial aid part. Currently, we have 2 funded grants for students in the School of Nursing at this time. The Advanced Education Nursing Traineeship, which is mainly for the master's students right now, and only nurse practitioner students can apply for this. At one time, administrative educators, all the master's students could apply, but the federal government person stopped that because of the shortage of primary care providers over the U.S. So they're focusing on nurse practitioners. So that's all that's in the traineeship program. This is money that is awarded to you as a full-time student. You have to have a 3.0 a minimum of a 3.0 GPA. And they encourage you to work in underserved areas, or at least do some of your clinical work in underserved areas, because that's the population they're trying to send more providers to. The application process itself is a 2-tier process, and we're just, as of December 2015, we're at the end of our last 2.5-year funding span. So the new grant will probably come out at the end of this semester, so I'll apply for that. New funds are usually awarded in July if you're funded. So we usually get enough headway to know if we're going to get money or not. So we're ending a period of funding that was over $600,000 over that period of time. And those of you that participated in that, you know that you had tuition, you had stipend, and you received all of your books. So that was a really good deal. So I will be applying for that again. For this semester, the money that's left is so small, I won't be able to pick up any new students, but you did have the opportunity to make use of some of the books. So that was your part for this particular funding. So those of you who have been a part of that program, I need to see you just for a moment before you leave tonight. The other funding portion is that the Nurse Faculty Loan Program. Now, the Nurse Faculty Loan Program right now is only providing money for the PhD students, simply because I don't have any master's students in the education track. But master's education track students can also take part in this opportunity. And what it is, once again, HRSA is trying to increase the number of nursing faculty, because we always talk about the shortage of nurses. You have to have people to teach them. And faculty are becoming more seasoned, and they won't be in the pipeline much longer. So we need to get some young blood in. So that's why HRSA is really pushing for the PhD students, especially because they are already nurses and they're just finishing that degree. So currently I have probably about 35 students in that program. And for this academic year, we were awarded over $200,000. So that's a good bit of money to pass out. Now, with the nurse faculty loan, because it is a loan, there is some payback, but it's not like other paybacks you have with loans, because this one, for each year, after you graduate, you teach in a school of nursing. You get 20% of your loan erased. So you do that for 4 years. That's a requirement of the program. So by the time you finish 4 years of work post-graduation, you have wiped out 85% of that loan. The other 15%, you pay back at a 3% interest. And I don't know where you can get a 3% interest loan right now. Maybe Quicken Loans, but they're and everything else, so you don't want to get involved with those. So it's a very good deal if you were thinking about becoming nurse faculty and you want to do that for your career. And you can get up to $35,000 a year, but of course you have to have that award to chop it up to give people that much. And they're looking at where people are teaching and, how many new teachers you're getting in. So there is money out there, and there are a couple of other things that I'll be looking at this semester so that we can hook in the new people that we have to take advantage of some of these opportunities. So I think that's it. Questions? Yes.
What was the name of the first grant that was funded the advanced funding?
Advanced Education Nursing Traineeship.
Thank you.
Now there are always some grants and out there that you can apply for individually. But these two, you have to apply through an organization. The organization gets the money, and then you apply to the organization. Okay. Thank you.
Questions? Thank you. Turn up if there was an online question for Dr. Montgomery. If you do have any questions, you may email Dr. Montgomery regarding that for those people who are online. Okay. At this time, we're going to have Dr. Davis talk to us a little bit about the come up here right there. The code of conduct and grievance policy, and then we will be wrapping up the session. Okay.
Okay. All I'm going to let you know is that we are Hampton University. First of all, we are a private entity, and we can make rules however we desire to make our students accountable. And one way we do that is the code of conduct. And I talk about the code of conduct like that because each time we have visitors from accredited agencies, that's what they look at. They applaud our code of conduct because it says that you must be a responsible person, you must be an ethical person, and all the HIPAA laws you must follow. And in your place that you work, you have to follow all those laws. Okay? So the Code of Conduct is found online in the 2014-16 catalog, and it's in our student handbook, school nursing student handbook. And I think when you go on the website, it takes you straight to the handbook, school nursing handbook.
Well, they have to go to school.
Right. Yeah.
They have to go to forms. When they log in and go to our site, all of our handbooks are under that name.
Okay. Yeah. So you can see not only the graduate student handbook. Yeah, the graduate student handbook, and it's the 14-16 there.
It's 2014, but we are in the process of updating that.
Okay.
It is the 20.
Okay, but what I'm talking about here, the Code of Conduct does not change. There are 8 articles in the Code of Conduct. And within that, when you look at the articles, there's elaboration under each article. I call them enablers to help you understand what that means for Hampton University. And when you understand what it means for Hampton University, that means you understand it for each class that you take, not only in nursing, but throughout the university. Okay? And that's found on page 3 and online. You can find it on page 3. And the grievance procedure. We hope you won't have to use that. But should you have to use the grievance procedure, where do you think you start first?
Without question.
Yes. Start with the instructor. Now suppose you think that the professor doesn't like you, or you can't approach the professor and all of that. What do you do? You're mature, ladies and gentlemen, okay? You have to go through the grievance process. And you're going to go to your instructor first. And you go to your instructor, there's a whole way you answer solve problems. And solving problems is a little different from the grievance process. That meant you couldn't get whatever you wanted answered, or it wasn't in your favor and you want to take it further. When you do that, then you go through a formal grievance process. That means you got to fill out paperwork. You get that paperwork from the academic support area. But if you have a problem in a class, like Dr. Goldson said something and it wasn't true for you and your classmates, and you decided that when you went to her, she couldn't help you or she wasn't favorable in her response to you, where's the next person you go to? That person, and usually that same person is also your advisor. Okay, in the doctoral program, we have different advisors for certain things. So Montgomery may be your advisor, or I may be your advisor. So if you have problems with me, you might have to go to Montgomery because she may be your actual advisor. Okay. And that's because you don't have other people doing that. Okay, so, but in the master's program, you're going to go to your instructor, and then you're going to go to your advisor. And from there, where else do you go? If it's not a problem, if it's actual agreement, where are you going next? You got chairs. Yeah, department chair. Go to your department chair. And then, if the department chair can't help you, that's when you go to the meeting. And then, well, you know, we're in a holding pattern. Yeah, we have to, that's the truth there. But when you look at the website, and I say the university requires us to go through this in the beginning of each semester. And we used to have you sign off on it. But because students have gotten accustomed to us doing this now, we don't go that far. But it's in your course outlines. For the doctoral students, it's in your course outline. For your students, it's in the course outline. So your Hampton Code of Conduct is in your course outline, as well as the grievance procedure is in the course outline.
The grievance procedure that we use for undergrad is the same for the graduate.
Yes. Okay.
Want me to show them where the link is after you're finished? Or
yes, go on and show. You can show them now.
All right. Quickly about the website. So a while ago, I told you all where to find the forms, but everything is on the student resources. So you go to nursing.hamptonu.edu, go to student resources. Scroll down, you're going to see the grievance policy procedures. That's this link to everything that Dr. Davis talked about is here. When you have to fill out the paperwork, you have to come to this link, and it tells you step by step what you're supposed to do. And if it gets to that level, then the grievance committee, this is the paperwork that they will evaluate concerning this situation.
And again, because we are mandated by the university to tell you this each semester to go over the honor code and the grievance procedure, we have to do it. And we have to put it in a place where you can go back and read it. And we ask that you read the enablers under the code of conduct as well as read the grievance procedure. And I say this to you because many times students with, not so much at the graduate level, but at the undergraduate level, students say, I'm not talking to you, I'm not talking to the dean down here, I'm including you all, I'm going to the provost. And when you go up to the provost, you can see me right back here. So don't burn your bridges before you leave here. And do it professionally. If you're going to go, you're fine, you're welcome to go, but be professional in all that you do when you're trying to solve a grievance. Because, what is it, the expression is, you get more money, yes, get more, you know the drill. Yeah, so we'd like to help you, and we are here to help you. Even if it's a situation where you know, if you see me in the hallway, don't be afraid to stop me. Don't, I can't deal with it. But don't be afraid to stop any instructor to let them know that what you're concerned about, and they're going to send you back to that instructor. And you have to go to that person first. And we can't solve your problems because we don't know what the issue is in total. Okay, so we're not going to step into have to go to the class and try to make some concessions for you. Okay, any questions about that? Any questions about we have honor code and a grievance procedure? Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you, Dr. Davis. And I did promise Dr. Wilson and Dr. LeBron that you all will stay up in the classes to continue. So if you all have any questions at all, please feel free, we have office hours as well as email, so you can email us and we will glad to address those. Online people, also, if you have any questions, I know someone called in just a moment ago. If you don't mind, if you could please just email those questions. Is someone online now? I'm sorry? Who's on the phone now?
Hi there. This is Karen Gann.
Karen Gann. Hi, Karen. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
You have a question?
No, I don't. I don't have any.
Okay.
Just, I joined about 7 minutes later or so, 10 minutes later.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'm on Central Time. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
Eastern Time.
I'm good, though. I'm good.
Okay.
Just remember that I'm on Central Time.
Free to call the resident department, and we'll be glad to address those. But thank you for calling in.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
So,
bye-bye.
Class will resume. You all please enjoy the cupcakes. And
Man, I forgot I was.
if you didn't get a